Welcome back to another ALV podcast.
What up, what up, what up?
Follow us on Instagram at Podcast ALV.
And to check out the full YouTube videos, the links in the bio, click on it and check them out.
And for all these episodes, including the YouTube videos, go to ALVpodcast.com and here we go.
Here we go.
Introduce yourself and let everyone know who you are.
Peace to the world, peace, love, and light. This is Brother Blue Pill. I'm one half of what's known as the Twin Pillars. I have a twin brother by the name of Red Pill and another brother by the name of Casey, the Arch Degree. And we are just some paradigm shifters. You know, it's very hard to read all of our individual bios off, but we are categorically recognized as thought leaders.
Try to introduce yourself.
I am.
Get up in there.
Okay. I'm a Genesis, Iman Samadi, and I am a high vibrational coach.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, high vibrational coach. My business is called Bliss Life. So I assist people in understanding the power moves within their own life to put them on a path to have a blissful life.
Wow.
I'm also a Tantra teacher, so divine, sacred sex.
Okay.
And a midwife. So I assist with natural childbirth.
You might need that.
Yeah.
He's
My wife's
expecting.
pregnant.
That's the before and the after.
Yeah.
Well, I take you all the way through. I take you from before, when you're just a couple and counsel you through compatibility to, helping heal whatever inconsistencies or incompatibilities that you may have to work over them to remain either a couple or to understand you don't need to necessarily be together, to assisting you to get pregnant, to go through the process, help deliver, right?
Wow.
And then once you have got your family together, assist in building your legacy and your empire by high vibration energy.
Wow.
Yeah, that might be a whole
That's
other
awesome.
podcast.
That's a whole other podcast.
Holy
That's awesome.
You ever been on a roller coaster?
Right.
Go down?
Yeah.
You're going up
All
this
that
way.
you could theorize
Pissing your
all
pants
you
off
want
that.
about what it's going to be like, prepare yourself mentally. Like Mike Tyson said, right? Everybody got a plan till they get punched in the face.
Hell yeah.
So that's where we're at.
We're getting
And
punched in the face
there's a lot of
a couple of
particulars
times.
that goes into, I don't want to be expect a gadget on this one necessarily. You know what I mean? Because there's so much stuff on the table that you could look at and investigate. They left a paper trail. Now, I don't know whether they left it on purpose. Is that part of it? Right?
Yeah,
I could
that's
play
true.
that detective and sit back and start piecing things together, and I'm like, damn, this was sloppy.
Right.
And the people still won't listen. You feel me? So I'm like, should I waste time breaking it down and decoding it, or should I attempt to get in front of it and attempt to save as many people from themselves as I can?
Right.
Because once again, this goes back to the self. This goes back to, are you disciplined or not? Because the people who are not disciplined are going to get caught up in the whirlwind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to get swept up. If you are disciplined, this is your opportunity to become even greater. This is your opportunity for solitude, solace, and then ultimately if you choose to come out and help other people, you know what I'm saying, what it is that you've learned, you can do that. You know what I mean? For some people, you can get low and exercise the option of living on an island by yourself and doing all of the things that you always wanted to do.
Right.
Because you like, shit, it's chaotic.
Right.
Now's the time. Let me get rid of my mortgage. Let me get rid of this job. Let me take a parachute package and go find me an island and,
Go back to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, go back to Puerto Rico and build that up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Find me a cave or a mountaintop and become a swami or, I mean, it's just...
Get out of the chaos.
Get out of the chaos.
Right.
But if you choose to be in it, then you're also going to have to fortify yourself because you're going to have to become superhuman
Right.
in order to fight the fight that you're looking to sign up to fight. You know what I'm saying? Because you're fighting an invisible enemy. You're fighting propaganda. You're fighting people's fears. You're fighting conditions that you can't necessarily predict. I mean, we are in the middle of what they call, this is a live act, what do they call it? What's the military term for it?
Trial.
Yeah, pretty
Trial by
much.
fire?
It's like a
Live drill.
It's a live drill.
Yeah.
In the midst of Operation Warp Speed.
And then the
Wizard of
media
Oz.
is
Yeah.
like doesn't help because they intensify that
Right.
shit
Even more.
times 100.
So,
and it's like
right.
too much.
What's Project Warp Speed before you continue?
Oh,
if you don't mind?
Operation
Yeah,
Warp Speed.
yeah,
Operation Warp Speed was something that Trump announced, that he said that he was going to enlist the military to, when they do come up with a vaccine, to distribute that vaccine in warp speed fashion. So they ordered up 330 million. And it doesn't really, I don't like beating up on Trump because it don't even make sense, you know. But he was he did a press conference the other day, and he said, I don't know how many people is in the country. He said it could be, you know, because of the undocumented people. So he's like, what are we saying, like 330 million?
Oh yeah, he
You
messed
know,
up the number.
Yeah, then he jumped to like 30 extra million. He's like, 360 or 3. Like, it was just an astronomical number. And I'm like, you think there's 25 million undocumented people in this country? I'm just like, come on, man. This shit is crazy. For even making an entanglement a conversation on these because
Right.
she shifted it to where it needs to be.
You wonder if that was done on purpose. That's my biggest thing lately.
I think,
I
you
mean,
know,
cosmically, you
Yeah.
know, the cosmos moves the way it needs to move. So.
Yeah.
yeah, speak on that.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying the cosmos, you know, like we talked about in the stars and astrology, you know, the planets, things are happening regardless of where our attention is.
So
right?
can you just give us a brief interpretation of what exactly is Virgo? What are the strengths of Virgo? And how can these two Virgos and this Libra who's in the middle balancing out
Right.
these two Virgos entangling themselves over that?
Well, being that I'm a Virgo,
My mom's a Virgo.
yeah, being that I'm a Virgo myself, what I saw was in any individual, right, you're dealing either with your higher self or you're dealing with ego. And you have a choice, light and dark, in which you're choosing, or how you use your ego. Sometimes you use your ego to highlight yourself to a certain position. And in this instance, the Virgo, right, the Virgin Mother, Mother Mary, is representing the mother, the mothering, the healer. And she was not in her higher self in the moment of healing this individual. She was in her ego, and she was in her selfish self, wanting to pacify self, and
Not wanting to heal self from the hurt from the Libra, right? She wanted to get Will back. That's ego.
That's ego.
Mm.
That's ego.
That's a higher call.
And in doing so, inflicted pain upon another individual who was already in pain, and removed yourself from the position of healer, truly, and it backfired. You know what I mean? And she was in her shadow self. And she looked down a lot in the interview. She giggled a lot in the interview. She shifted the energy to you and I to put it back on her and Will, to take away from the entanglement, to take away from the transgression. She even said, I don't call it a transgression.
Right.
But it was. You know what I mean? And so the conversation really was about ownership of your actions, right? Being disciplined and understanding what your role is in any situation.
Right.
So as a Virgo, we're natural healers. We naturally move in to assist, even when you don't want us to. Sometimes we overstep, right? We overstep in that. I'm truly the mother. I mother everything and everyone, right? I feel like I have the solution. I'm a solutionist. And so if you have a problem, I'm coming to you with a solution. But when I step into the role of, because we're very intelligent, right, and we're aware and we're discerning, I can manipulate the situation too. I have the power to manipulate a situation unbeknownst to you. And I think that that's a little bit of what occurred in this situation. And so it made everyone kind of look at themselves to say, are you truly, you know what I mean, assisting, or are you being manipulative in situations? Are you pulling the strings, you know, behind the curtain? And then for Will, he may have caused hurt for her. Right. And so, you know, then she inflicted hurt and it kind of backfired. But it also showed us a different aspect of male, you know, of masculinity.
Yeah, definitely.
The vulnerability.
Yeah.
But also the compassion.
Yeah.
that can be read, and taking away the double standard of you can't do as I do,
Right.
and vice versa.
Yeah.
Compassion and forgiveness, and him taking the higher road to say, I'm really gonna save you on this one. I'm gonna save you in this situation is what he's really doing.
Right.
But he's also smart because the worldly aspect is if he ever got a divorce, he just nails you.
That's true.
He just nails you.
That's true.
Because he made you admit. He
Yeah,
called you on the
yeah,
floor
that's true.
of what
Lies.
you
He
did.
gave it to
Yeah, that is true.
Played.
Right.
That was
Yes.
crazy.
Remember,
Yes.
he was the
Because he's
person
like,
that
nah,
fought.
call it what it is.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, don't call it a takeover.